All right, so I'm making a hoodie right now. It's about our mission that we have, which is called the Crib. So the Crib is about courage, respect, integrity, and belief, right? So the one thing, as I was making this, or I'm making this hoodie now, and the one thing that I was thinking about was a young man that I'm mentoring now, and he's having some issues with being loved. He's having some issues with really taking in love, and it bothers me a little bit because there's probably someone out there right now that's looking at this video and probably can relate and saying, hey, like I struggle with being loved, or I struggle with knowing like how to accept loved or how to accept help. Where you allowing the circumstances, or you allowing the things that you go through to like really beat on you a little bit. And I understand we human. But it is also another thing is that if you allow something like that tough to beat on you, it is another thing to say, what else that you're gonna allow to beat on you? There's a time and a moment for everything. There's a time to say, man, how am I feeling? I'm not feeling too good. I'm going through something right now. I don't really know how to get out of it, but I don't think that there's something, there's a way to get out of it. We all have those moments. We all have those thoughts in our mind that we feel like, man, I don't really know how to get out of it. Or how did I get in the situation, Or how do I be able to turn things around for the better? Or how can things get better for me? Man, the thing I can tell you right now is that when pain hurts, it hurts. When situations are up against you, they up against you. But the thing that helps me when I'm in the toughest time, or when things is not going my way, or when things, it doesn't seem like there's a way out, and I got my back up against the wall, the one thing I understand is that if I just take one step forward, or the thing that really helps me is that I always say this thing to myself of, I declare war on my situation. And that is not a biblical thing. Yes, it is, but I declare war means to me, and the thing that I've said, like a mantra for me, is I declare war against my circumstances, or I declare war against this situation, and I'm going to battle it out. I'm going to do the best that I can to keep my mental good, keep my mental strong, to keep things that I go through from not like, I keep the things that I'm going through from not hindering me from moving forward. I understand that there's somebody else out there that probably is going through a different situation, or probably worse than situation. They probably lost a loved one, probably just got shot at, or just lost a home. I understand things like that. So I try to think my mindset on things like that, and understanding that this is, I ain't aching, I ain't in pain, I ain't hurt. Like emotionally, I may be hurt, but physically, if I can just get up one more day, if I can just wake up one more day with a better attitude, look for somebody who actually is going through something that's probably worse, or that's probably going through something too, that we can probably share something, or I can probably say something to help you in your situation. You see what I'm saying? But the one thing I wanted to let this young man know is that you can't let me down. If you feel like you let me down, you can't let me down. The one thing I want any young man or any young boy to understand is that when you're going through something, man, everybody's going through something. We all know that. But if you're going through something personally, I need you to still share. I need you to talk to somebody who you love. I need you to share what you're going through. I need you to really think through your actions, the next steps that you can do forward to make sure that this don't happen, to make sure that you be able to turn things around, not only for yourself, but for somebody who's looking at you, somebody who can learn from your situation. So the one thing that I want you to know is that time doesn't heal wounds. It's the mindset that you develop over time that heals the things that you go through. Now, when it comes back up again, or the feeling that you feel, or the situation that you've been through, or the thought come by, and it comes by like a little drive by, it's quick. But when it comes by, I need you to really say, man, I'm not going to allow this to stop me from being on mission. I'm not going to stop me from waking up one more day. I'm not going to stop this from like leading me down a place of depression. Because once you get to that place of depression, now you're entering in a different spot. You're entering in a different space where you don't need to be at. Now you have allowed your thoughts to hinder you so much or lead you down a path of questioning who you are, or putting your body, your physical body in a like a stagnant like place or complacent place. Because when you're depressed, you don't want to do nothing. You don't want to be around people. It puts you in isolation mode. So when you're in isolation, of course your thoughts is really going to attack you now. So I would say in those moments, you have to get your body moving. You have to get your your mind moving on things that is better than what your situation may look like currently. Another thing is that I want to let any young man or any boy going through something is that, man, there's a way out. But the question I have for you is, do you want the way out? Because anybody can say, man, my circumstances is terrible, they're bad, they don't look good. But there's a thing that we have as human beings is choice. We have a choice to make. We can either make the wrong choice or the bad choice. Most times we make the bad choice while thinking about the good that we could have done, which is wrong. But if we take one more second, one more moment to say, hey, man, I'm not going to make that decision. Can I make a better one? Yes, I can make a better one. What decision I can do to make a better choice? Here's what I can do. Okay, cool. That works for me. But it's that like that dialogue that you must have with yourself to really like analyze and break your situation down. You know, you need to. I learned this thing today, right? And it amazed me, but I think this is probably something that anybody will learn. It's called the 1-3-1. The way he put it was, he said you have a challenge, and then you have three choices that you can make. After those three choices, and then you have one choice that you can make out of those three that you have, and you have to bring a solution for it. So I believe that we all have those times where we can make better decisions, but it's all about how we can stop doing the old things, accept love, and be able to create a new thought or a new image of how we see ourselves. I can guarantee, young man, that you going through something that we don't see behind closed doors. And I get it. But you have the same decision to stop making those bad choices. And I believe you can. And I want to stand by you. And I want to make sure that I'm here with you. And I want you to know that, look, we all make bad decisions. We all make bad decisions. But we have to learn from those bad decisions to start making new and better decisions. Make a better decision today. Take it one decision at a time, one moment at a time, and one thought at a time. Because we got a whole lot of life to live. But if you keep making the wrong decisions, it is not going to end the way that you want it to end. So I ask right now, change can happen. It just takes a process. It's not like a microwave. It's not something that's going to happen in one day. So don't rush it. Don't try to move it forward faster. Don't try to make a shortcut. There is no shortcuts for this life that we live. You're going to have to go through pain. Pain is what's required of life for our development. So get developed. Go through development process so you can see on the other side like, man, I've learned X, Y, Z. I've came so far and I'm loving it. You may not love it in the middle, but you're going to love it at the end. So just stay focused, man.